Hey everyone, welcome back to another Taekook Marriage love story episode. And after this episode, it will going to be Taekook Marriage. So I hope you will love it. Young, it's for you. I will take orange juice. We love each other. That doesn't mean we have to sacrifice our likes. Thanks said and gave wine to Jungkook. Jungkook smiled at him and said, "I love to sacrifice for you." Thank just stared at his young without a single blink. He is looking at Jungkook like he is making portrait of Jungkook, just staring at him. Jungkook just stared back to Thang, do not understand why Thang is glaring at him. Jungkook cleared his throat and said, Why? Why are you staring at me like that?" Jungkook asked while stuttering. He also don't know why he is stuttering, but Thang is there making him to shut up. Thang looked at his young and said with a smirk, "Young, why are you stuttering? I am not going to eat you." Jungkook looked at Thang intensely while listening to Thang's statement. Jungkook also noticed how Thang smirked at him. Now it's Jungkook's time to smirk, so Jungkook came close to. "I don't mind if you want to eat me today." After saying that, Jungkook looked at his baby, who is looking like red cherry due to embarrassment. The function is over. Mrs. Kim informed both the boys that both of them should go to Kim Mansion because some of the guests are staying in Jeon Mansion. Both of them together left the hotel. When they reached the house, they saw no one is there. Thang looked at his young and said, "Mom and Dad is still not here. They didn't inform me," Thang said while walking towards his room. Jungkook followed him. He said, "Maybe they will come little late." Thang nodded to him and opened his room door, went inside. Jungkook and Thang, after entering room, fall on the bed like they just wanted to sleep and not on that comfy bed, nothing more. Both boys faced each other. Thang sighed and said, "I'm so tired, I want to sleep." He said, moved closer to Jungkook and snuggled in his arm. "Baby, we can sleep, but before that we should take shower," Jungkook said and went to bathroom to prepare a bathtub. Jungkook carried Thang to bathroom and made him bath. They both are tired that they didn't feel to do any naughty things. They just slept holding each other tightly and comfortably. Morning, Thang found himself in tight hug. He opened his eyes and saw his young is sleeping like baby. Jungkook is looking ethereal under beautiful morning sun rays. Thang thought, "I can see this beautiful view throughout my whole life now. No one can able to see this view instead of me." His mind. Thang picked his young's lips. Jungkook gestured in his sleep, still hugging Thang. Thang thought to tease his young, so Thang moved to Jungkook's neck and started. Jungkook felt a tickle on his neck. He suddenly opened his eyes and felt another sloppy kiss on his neck. Thang didn't see Jungkook is already woke up, so he just continued what he is doing. Jungkook, on the other hand, enjoying what his baby is doing, so he again closed his eyes. Jungkook wanted to see what his baby is up to. After some time, Thang felt something is wrong. That's when Thang saw Jungkook's eyelashes flushed little bit. "So Hyung is playing with me." Hyung moved. Wrong move, Thang thought, and he moved his lips towards Jungkook's collarbone. From the other hand, Thang pinched Jungkook through his clothes. That made Jungkook to cry. "Ah!" And Jungkook opened his eyes. Thang looked at his young with teasing smile. Jungkook looked at his baby dumbfoundedly and held him tightly and said, "So you are teasing me?" "Wrong move, baby. You also wake my junior there," Jungkook said, looking at Thang's eyes. Thang just thought, "Shit, I am trapped." Thang tried to move from hug because he is feeling something poking him. They both are staring contest now. Now, no one is ready to move from this game, but this game is interrupted by a knock on the door. Taehyung Jungkook came to the breakfast. Mrs. Kim said, "Taehyung in mind, thank mom, right on time." Hearing Mrs. Kim's voice, Jungkook loosened his hug, and Taehyung jumped out of his bed and went to bathroom. Before closing the door, Taehyung looked at his young and said, "Take care of your junior yourself, young, and close the door, baby. You are going to regret it," Jungkook said while calming himself. After breakfast, "Guys, I want to talk to you both of you," Mrs. Kim said, bringing boys back to the earth from their love world. "What it is, mom?" Taehyung asked with a frown. Then something clicked in Taehyung's mind and jumped from his seat, because every time his mother talked him something about it is always big bomb. So he immediately said, "Just don't tell me you are not preparing marriage now." Mrs. Kim and Mr. Kim scratches their eyebrows because of Thank's statement. Mrs. Kim said, "Of course not." Thank felt big relief in his heart, so he slammed on the sofa beside his young. Mrs. Kim once again looked at his husband, then his sons. He closed his eyes and said, "Thank you have the ability to carry child." Now both Thang and Jungkook heard clearly what Jungkook exclaimed with shock. Mrs. Kim slowly opened his eyes and looked at Thang, who was still staring at his mom. Actually, Mrs. Kim is expecting some yell from Thang, but instead of that, he is listening some scream. He got Thang's silence. Mrs. Kim is more scared now due to Thang's silence. Mrs. Kim cupped Thang's face and said, "Baby, I didn't intend to hide things from you, but I wanted you to live your life like a normal boy. So I didn't told you. I'm sorry. Please, baby, forgive me." Mrs. Kim is now at the age of crying now, popping on off of the teardrop from his eyes. Both Jungkook and Mr. Kim are just observing their lovers' instance in silence. They don't want to disturb them. Thang wiped his mother's tear and took a breath and said, "No need to say sorry, mom. I already know that I can carry child." Thang said calmly, "What?" Now Jungkook, Mrs. Kim and Mr. Kim said in unison. Thang closed his ears with his hand, because these three people was really able to make his ear deaf. Why you guys are yelling?" Thang said. "Don't You didn't told me." It was Jungkook who told him. "How you know?" Mrs. Kim questioned to his son, because he's never said his son about this. "Thang, you never told us you know about it." This time Mr. Kim said, "Ask him, because you all didn't talk about this to me ever, so I didn't have time any chance to talk about this. And it was grandma. She told me about my body when I asked her about my health condition and why I was not like normal boys." Young told his family, and Young, "I didn't talk about this because I thought you would know. You know everything about me anyway," they said. Looked at Jungkook. Week later. 1 week already passed. Taekook are busy in their work. Their family also told them after 2 months they fixed the date of marriage. This time Taehyung have no problem. Taehyung is confident about his feelings and his relationship with his young. He don't want to think about any nonsense and illogical thing. He don't want his overthinking brain take away his happiness. So both the boys going with the flow of their family members while enjoying each other's company. Every evening Jungkook will come to Taehyung's shop. Sometimes they go home directly. Sometimes they went to long drive. Sometimes Taehyung goes to his Hyung's office. Today they are together in one room. Taehyung and Jungkook took shower and now they are lying on the bed together, both the boys facing each other. Taehyung is playing with Jungkook's hair, which are soft and silky. Jungkook is just looking at his baby's lips, which are something pouty. Jungkook slowly slid his hand inside his baby's shirt. He started to make invisible drawing on Taehyung's abs. On the other hand, Jungkook's touch made Taehyung feel hot. He started to feel so hot since many days both didn't get time to get close with each other. Last time they did it, it was in Taehyung's room. Both the boys still didn't cross their line. They only did some relaxing things and not a stop and nothing more than that. Taehyung moved more closer to Jungkook like he needed his Hyung more. Then Taehyung attacked Jungkook's lips. Gradually the kiss became more harsher. Jungkook thought how it would feel when his mouth takes his little Jian inside it. Jungkook thought a chain broke when he heard Taehyung's voice. Hmm? Taehyung shook his head and pulled his Hyung in deep kiss. He devoured his Hyung's lips. Then he said, looking at his Hyung's eyes, I want to feel you, Hyung. I want you to do it to me. Taehyung said clearly what he needed without beating around the bush. Jungkook can't believe what he just heard. He always wanted to do this with Taehyung, but at the same time he has fear of hurting Taehyung. He don't want it to make Taehyung uncomfortable before marriage. That's why he is okay with small moves. Jungkook look at his baby eyes. His baby is also looking at his Hyung attractively, like he is waiting for the next thing. He is waiting for Jungkook response. Jungkook kisses his baby's lips and then asks, are you sure about it, baby? I don't want to hurt you. Taehyung smiled at him and said more than anything. Jungkook then started to kiss collarbones of his baby again. Taehyung started to make noise. Jungkook slowly moved to his baby's chest furthermore. After their love moment, Taehyung slowly opened his eyes, looked at his Hyung. Jungkook smiled at his baby while caressing his baby and said, you did very good, baby. Taehyung felt shy hearing his Hyung's statement. He moved more closer to his Hyung. He snuggled in his Hyung's arms. Jungkook smiled at his baby's act and said, oh, now you are getting shy. Just a few minutes ago you were screaming deeper Hyung, more Hyung, faster Hyung. Jungkook started to tease his baby. Taehyung hit his Hyung's chest and blackmailed him. If you teach me, there is no next time, Mr. John. Taehyung said, pulled himself out of his Hyung's hug and started to climb down from the bed. Then he felt his body is numb and he hissed in pain. Ouch, what did you do to me, Hyung? Jungkook catch his baby from falling on the floor. Sorry, baby, sorry. Next time I will be gentle, Jungkook said to his baby and made him lie on the bed. Jungkook went to bathroom, prepare warm water in bathtub. Then he carried his baby in bridal style. Jungkook put Taehyung in the bathtub and he also joined his baby. After finishing shower, both the boys sleep peacefully in each other's embrace. That was it. I hope you will love it. I will see you in the next episode. It is going to be Taekook Marriage, so I hope you will enjoy that. See you tomorrow. Bye.